What up, everybody? It's the Birdman coming back at you with another video on this Wednesday, West Coast Wednesday. And today, you're just going to talk some Eagles football again and just stuff that's going around in the league, stuff I'm hearing. And I'm probably going to have people. I'm going to have some people join us up. What's up, Big Play Slay? Um, I'm going to do my first live call in and answer you guys' questions and stuff like that. I'm going to post the link in a little bit, about give me like 5 minutes or so. So you're welcome to join the show. Just mainly talking, what's going on right now, Rumorville, Twitter, whatever you guys hearing. Zach Ertz watch, and the rumors of Julio Jones. Shout out to Pablo yesterday. He was doing a nice live yesterday, talking about, us possibly getting Julio Jones and what it would do to the city. We would what would happen, in case our boy does go down, Smith. Who are we really left with? Who's going to take over if Smith is out for a while? So, he was making good points on, not to get so. We really haven't seen the receiver room, what it's going to be, who's going to step up and stuff like that. So in a way, it does kind of make sense, like what Pablo was referring to. Just checking right here, City News. And then in 76ers, that report about Joel, he's got a slight tear in his right knee. He's not going to be playing. That's pretty big. I don't know if they're just trying to feed a little bit into that to kind of like calm everybody down, like it's not that big of a deal. But for a big man, it probably is. And I'm thinking that he might be done, and they're just kind of buying some time right now with the fans so they don't get too upset, because him not playing for the rest is a pretty big blow. And I don't know what it means right now. Doc Rivers covering up for Simmons and kind of asking the fans to back off a little bit. And, if you guys don't stop it, he could leave, kind of type of deal. But my point, I don't think you should be really kind of saying that to the fans. Ertz to the throw. Big Play Slay, you got a new logo, huh? Did you change it up? Looks pretty cool. It's got the city right there. Yeah, looks pretty cool. I said yo to myself. Let's see. Ertz to the Titans would make so much sense. Now, do you think that there's a deal going in? Like, do you think there's a possible we're getting something back from that? Or it's just a straight up, are we gonna have? Well, we can't really give up anything, but do you think we might get anything out of it, or he's just gonna go? Let's see. Just making sure everything is right on here. Give me a second. Public. I don't like that thing that's just not saying. So, yeah, maybe a fifth or sixth. Oh, let me put that. Yeah, maybe a fifth or sixth. Yeah, that'll be. I mean, we're kind of like tied to whatever happens right now. So I don't know what they're waiting for. Hopefully, Howie's doing some Howie magic or something right now. That's what we're all waiting for. Let's see. I checked their depth chart and I really don't got a tight end. Yeah, I don't even know who Do you even know any of the names, tight ends on that? Second. Your videos. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Let's see. Okay, here it is. All right, so hey Slay, can you do me a favor? I just posted up the stream. Make sure that it goes through. Hey Slay, can you do me a favor? I just posted up the stream. Make sure that it goes through. Hey Slay, can you do me a favor? I just see. Hold on. All right, thanks, man. Let me go back to something. Yeah, so if you guys want to jump on, let me know. Let's see. I saw a report earlier, and it said Ertz could be traded in the next one. Yeah, I'm hoping, man. I mean, I just wanted to get it over with so we could just move on with our lives, and we have to really let Dallas see what's going on. So, before anybody gets on, I'm gonna show this little clip that I was watching yesterday. Let's see. It's pretty small. So. All right.
He was on vacation when they interviewed him. So I don't fault him for his interviews, but it's like I love his energy out there. I don't know if you've seen any of the practice stuff. I love his energy and how he's on the same level as the guys. I think it's going to work right now because he's got a bunch of young guys. He's full of energy coach, and he's out there to compete. You earn your job as a player. I can respect that. If you tell me that he's a starter, well, no, we're out here competing for jobs. When you tell me you're competing for jobs as a player, you start garnering more of my respect. Right. Because if I see you give somebody a job, I eat Carson Wentz, I eat some other people, that just let go out there and play, and then we just everybody, oh, he's good. He's like, no, he's not. He's taking up the joint. You got to earn your job. So that's one of the things that he gained respect for me for. It's when he said that you out here to compete, you got to earn jobs, and nobody's going to give you nothing, because on the football field they're not giving you nothing, and you know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I want to go back to a point that you just made about Nick's play.
So I was watching Seth Joyner and Hollis yesterday. So I do agree with them that you got to earn your job. So I kind of see their point as far as like letting Sirianni kind of just like let Jalen earn the spot, or not so much just Jalen Hurts, but letting all the people just like earn their spot. So I do agree with them what they're saying right there. Get it going again.
Calling, and the fact that he likes to be balanced. Now, I want to take you back to Jeffrey Lurie's press conferences and some of the things that he talked about. That he wants a coach to come in and create an elite offense, a high-powered offense. Now we go back to some of the articles that came out pre-draft where they were talking about how Doug Peterson had to go in a meeting with Jeffrey every Tuesday, and Jeffrey would question him. Well, why did you run so much here? Why didn't you throw the ball more here? It seems to me that the thought process in the NFL now is that, hey, we want to run, we want to throw the football. Okay, the running the ball is secondary. We want to throw the ball to get a lead, and then we want to run the ball in 4-minute offense. To run the clock out, run the game out. That's the way we'll balance up. Run the pass ratio. What you just talked about Nick Sirianni is not necessarily what Jeffrey Lurie and Howard Roseman really want. They want to throw the ball. Listen, they've drafted a wide receiver in the first round the last 2 years. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? They
trying to build a receiving core. They skipped over the linebackers. Kenneth Murray, linebacker out of Oklahoma.
But my point is, Nick can start out wanting to run the ball if he wants to. Okay, and in my opinion, that's the right way to run your offense, especially when you have a young quarterback trying to get his footing and trying to find his way in this league. But when the owner, who owns a $3.5 billion industry, entity, I should say, and he wants you to throw the ball all over the map. Now you got to answer to that guy. What will Nick be getting himself into? If he's not willing to acquiesce to the type of offense that Jeffrey wants to see.
Well, you know what he's going to be getting himself into? He's going to probably do the same thing Doug did. Come here, win a little bit, possibly win the title, and then be fired because he refused. That's why I tell everybody the same thing. They let the coach come in, the new coach come in here. They let him get the victories up. But then they start nitpicking. Once stuff gets great, and they get to win this stuff, they're like, oh, we found a great guy. Then they start doing the stuff you're talking about now. They start doing that to Doug, like after he won the Super Bowl. After he won the Super Bowl and stuff, then they start nitpicking and coming around and doing extra stuff. And then realizing later on that you don't know football. You just have money. You own a team, but you don't know what the hell you're doing. It's like, so it's just because you sit in your garage with all the Senior Bowl stuff and all the All-Star college All-Star stuff, you have to watch film on kids. You have to see their demeanor in different situations. I hate when people start talk about an All-Star game and how their stock went up during an All-Star game. Any fool can get ready for an All-Star game. It's just like in.
Oh, where'd you go? You disappeared again, man. Are you trying to get back? Let me know when you get back on. So what I'm gathering here, kind of feeding off of Seth Joyner and Mac, is just that Jeffrey Lurie and then have their little let's see. What's up, Lindy? If you have time, you could jump on, man. It's the stream should be on the comments. You could join up. Just having a West Coast Wednesday, just talking about everything going on and kind of doing my little overview with excuse me, with Seth Joyner and Mac, and they're making good points of what from their point of view. And it is kind of weird to be saying that we're gonna be, once Nick Sirianni starts doing good or whatever, say we're on a roll here, and then they kind of want to change up things, and they're just like, okay, well, this is what we want to run. we know what you want to run, but this is what we want to run. And this is the player that we want to start versus the guy that actually has the talent and the guy that needs to play. So that's a big problem, and we can't go down that rabbit hole anymore because it's just going to be nothing but trouble for us. And we just can't run an organization like that. We can't be playing musical chairs and let's see, where do you go? Having issues with the mic. Oh man, that sucks. Well, try again. We're still running. So they do. How do you guys feel about that? Are you guys concerned about like Jeffrey Lurie and how we they're tiptoeing towards that Jerry Jones narrative, which I can't stand because Eagle fans, me myself, I cannot stand Jerry Jones. But I guess it's good that we have Jerry Jones doing that down there because he's been holding them back for so long and they're never able to just like move forward because Jerry Jones his hand is always in the cookie jar. He's always making those decisions. He's grabbing the phone. He's calling down on the field. And it feels like we're kind of heading in that direction. Even the owner, Al Davis with the Raiders, for so long, he was making all these calls and constantly putting them back and holding them back, picking the quarterback that he wanted, stuff like that. It does seem like Jeffrey Lurie is kind of like heading that direction. And I think that we're not talking about it that much. Everything else that we're looking at paper, we're looking about, Devontae, Gainwell, the decision on Landon, Mac and Seth. Mac's not too high on that whole Landon thing, which I understand because the whole thing is like, if healthy, the whole thing with Landon is if healthy, he could be the top OT, offensive tackle, if healthy, So it's like we have to like just sit and wait to find out if. So I am in agreement with that, because that did happen to us with the whole Sidney Jones thing that, everybody was telling me that, this guy he's going to be a top cornerback. That's all I heard was that once Sidney Jones came back from his injury, joined up with the Eagles, this guy was going to be, Deion Sanders. That's all I heard. That this guy was that great. And I didn't see nothing. I know he went to another team. I did hear his name mentioned a few times, but that's not enough for me to say that this guy's Deion Sanders. So the whole Sidney Jones effect is kind of rolling over to with Landon Dickerson. I am not high on picking players that are injured. Now, that's all to be determined on what's going to happen. Play slate. I think it's not Howie Roseman. I think of that is Jeffrey Lurie and him getting in situation he doesn't belong in. So you kind of are in agreement with me that, he like, how is this going to stop, man? It just seems like Jeffrey Lurie is just not letting the football guys, not that Howie's a huge football guy, like an X and O's guy, but Jeffrey Lurie is kind of like not being like the owner where you're just running the business part of it. You're also trying to like say who and who's coming to town, who's going to get like a bit paycheck, who's going to start. You're kind of like you're taking over that part of football, which I think it's not a good idea because you basically just you bought a business, you bought an organization. I don't know where you have the football accolades to tell coaches and everything to what to do. Like I don't think Jerry Jones, did he play football? I can't remember at this point, but he is a businessman. He's a better businessman than he is like a GM, if you, in my opinion. And the results are very clear. They're well over 20 something years and they haven't even sniffed the conference. And the Eagles, fortunately, I believe I don't know when it started. I do not know when Jeffrey Lurie decided, hey, I need to stick my nose in your business a little bit more. I need to tell these coaches a little bit more of how to handle situations. All right, Slay, let's see if I can get you on, man. Let's see.
All right, is my mic working?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, thank you, man.
Oh, it took off. Let's disconnect. Let's try again.
Is it working now? Something's wrong with StreamYard today.
Yeah, let's kick you out.
Yeah, I don't know. But I was gonna ask you a few questions about the Eagles.
Yeah.
All right, where do you think Zach Ertz is gonna go?
If I'm Zach Ertz, I'm trying to get on Packers. His like he's sourced in the career. I don't think he's in the development.
Yeah.
If I'm get the chip. Oh, okay. Hey, I getting some. Lindy said that there's. It's very loud and getting echo. Try.
I'm unmuted a little bit. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Is that better? Are you on?
Yeah, I something was wrong with my mic when I was trying to enter the studio. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I believe that Kurtz is trying to win. I don't think he's gonna go. I voiced my views, but I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
All right, he's saying he's not out, so if you have another up, we'll do it. But for now, just
All right. So what's your record prediction for the Eagles?
I have what was it? I forgot what it was, but I believe it was. I think I had them at 10 wins. Yeah, so I have them around 10 wins, and that's basically just we just got to sneak 2 wins that we're supposed to lose, like the Niner game and the Atlanta game. I believe people have the Niners winning. If we can win that one and the Atlanta game, I think that's going to help us with our magic, because I was having the magic numbers 8. So there's other teams that we can beat, but 49ers and Atlanta are very winnable games. We don't really know too much about like how Garoppolo is going to handle. What's up? Yo, Philly, if you want to join, man, I'm down. If you got a couple minutes, man, I'd love to have you on right now and get your insight on what's going on. If you're down, man, if you got some time, I'd appreciate it. Big plays, mics. Yeah, we had some bad technical difficulty. But basically, I'm just trying to, it's a West Coast Wednesday, just everything that's going on, Joel Embiid, the whole unfortunate situation with him. And I know your team's doing good. You're not even sweating over there, but the other teams are sweating. Even the Lakers are sweating. Even LeBron's sweating. And just kind of like we're listening to. Let's see. I'm gonna stay in the chat. All right, man. Let me get back to what these guys were saying. This was a good
shorts. Everybody's Superman in shorts and helmet. It's like, well, when you put the pads on and you get and they get what I call the truth serum and the face blow delivery right in your mouth. Hit you right at that NFL symbol. That's the truth serum. So it's like, and it's just going. I'm thinking it's gonna go the same way I said. Nick will be here for a few years. He's gonna have some success, and then they're gonna start doing what you said, putting their hand into him, calling him in the office all the time, and then asking him about his run to pass ratio, and then he's gonna run him up out of here, and then get another young guy.
Well, I mean, listen, you begin to see more and more owners be more and more involved. Jerry Jones kind of starts the whole
thing. Yeah, so they're just kind of right there thinking that once Sirianni gets in a role, let's say, the whole Hurts thing comes together, Rager looks great, Devontae looks awesome, Dallas finally takes the reins and takes over the spot of the tight end, and everything looks good. They're not so sold that Howie and them are just going to roll with it and we're going to keep the pieces together. Which, me as a fan, I do want Sirianni to stay long term. I do not want to keep doing this whole carousel, the quarterback factory, and now from what these guys are saying, it's like we're going to have like a coaching factory, and I'm just not feeling it. Factory, and now trying to see who's Yo, George, approve StreamYard on West Coast Birds because it's I can't show your picture on it. Let me fast forward a little bit. Let's see.
It's going to put it to me.
Well, see, for me, it's not so much in the interview.
Female or the color a bit, but the proof is in the pudding to me.
Well, see, for me, it's not so much in the interview, and the interview is a big piece of it because you're making your determinations based upon the conversations that you have. I get that as far as the head coach is concerned. But when you start talking about position coaches and defensive coordinators, then it's really about the level of knowledge that you bring. I've said, and I'll always say that, a young player's development is tied to the knowledge level of the position coach that he plays for. Right. If that position coach knows a lot and can teach a lot and has played the game to a certain extent, then there's a lot of information that he can plant into that young player. There's a lot of things that he can tell him that will help make him a better player. Now, if I'm a head coach, I'm looking for guys who can teach position by position.
Right.
Okay. We're going to run this kind of system, or, we're going to run this system on offense or this system on defense. Okay. Now, not every player fits into every system.
Right.
So I need a coach that can coach in the system that I'm going to run. Mm-hmm. And I need coaches that can coach my linebackers. To teach them how to play the game the way that I need them to play. If I'm a defense coordinator or if I'm a head coach, okay? If those guys can't be teachers, because you want to know something, listen, I could run a football 101 class, and you can put 1,000 people in there that don't know nothing about football. And in 2 days, I can teach them everything there is to know about the game. They can turn on the TV, and they'll understand what's going on as they watch a game, okay? That's the kind of teacher that you need at a position that can teach players and show them, okay, the reason why you got beat here is because of this. Mm-hmm. Okay, if I can teach the average person the game of football, the average person can learn a system, okay, and they can speak X's and O's until the cows come home, okay. But when I, as a player, if I'm struggling with something, how can you, as my position coach, help me overcome that? How can you make me better? How can you give me information on where my eyes are and what I should be looking at and what I should feel? And when we're in the front and I got a 3 technique over here and they're running away from me, how do I navigate getting to, my A gap on that front side?
Call Spike. On the board. And he was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah.
See, this is a great analogy right here. Jeanette just put this up. She said, I don't have one phone number in my memory anymore. That's what technology does. Okay.
Exactly.
There's probably 3 phone numbers that I know in my mind. The rest of them are on my phone. If I drop my phone and break my phone, guess what? I can't call nobody.
I call my brother because that's my emergency contact. And that's it. If I lose all the numbers, I call my brother.
I mean, now they can't affect the strength change. Yeah. Now I can just wear that little 255, 260, and for the life of me, I don't understand why you don't see more teams do that.
Well, Marty Schottenheimer did it 1 year to us when it was me and Hugh over there. But the only thing was saving Hugh was me because I'm not the typical right defense tackle. I was 330 plus. So it was the.
So hey guys, so basically, go check out that show with Seth Joyner. Hearing the veterans talk about current situation is very important to figure out like what we're doing as an organization right now. And like I said, we kind of just need to move forward with the whole Zach Ertz thing. I know Eagle fans are just kind of sick and tired of it, me myself included. We just want to move on already and know who's going to be here. And just, I think that'll be better for Dallas so he can just, get all the reps or whatever and just take that #1 spot. And then if he does not succeed this year, then, we're going to have to possibly look, we will be looking for another tight end. Kyle Pitts was a big name this year. So there's going to be another big name coming up, and we're excited to see that because I really want all this to work. So when it comes draft time again, we're just adding, these pieces to make the team even better than it is today. I don't want to take a step back and we're, looking for a quarterback and all that. That would be devastating because we're just going to be moving backwards with, all the other pieces. And Jalen Reagor needs to be successful in this team. I'm hoping he can be like, sort of like our Macklin back in the day. Macklin did enough just to make this team formidable, and we were good, especially with Deshaun Jackson. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to do a quick thing. I'm gonna do, West Coast Wednesdays, and have some call-ins and stuff like that. So get used to the West Coast Wednesdays. I'll be joining up with you guys. Thank you for Big Play trying to tune in. Maybe, I don't know why we're having the technical difficulties, but it happens. But thank you for tuning in today, guys. It's always Fly Eagles Fly. Let's go Birds. I'll see you later.